What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the chronically charismatic Dr. Disaster, and it is amazing how many resources Sony has wasted over the past few years as they made their push for live service slop that nobody wants.
Was that an actual idea that came from that pocket of air between your ears?
I made a huge, tiny mistake.
For Pete's sake, Sony has basically wasted an entire generation of a console chasing after the live service dream. There has been precious little quality material released on the PS5 as Sony dumped time and money into this live service crap with only Helldivers 2 working out for them at all. Most of their ventures have worked out like this here, where Bend Studio had to lay off recently about a third of its staff after the live service game they had been working on was cancelled, and these live service games of theirs keep getting cancelled and delayed because this is generally how we feel about that style of game.
This shit's weak! Wizzy!
Meanwhile, Stellar Blade, another game that is under Sony's umbrella because of course they published it, but that game is a single-player phenom designed for fun as opposed to live service crap that often tries to sucker us into their monetization scheme, and Stellar Blade is not having problems at all, conversely. In fact, it is on top of the world. The game just released on PC, and they are currently sitting at about 125,000 concurrent players. 200,000 concurrent players is definitely on the table. In less than a day, Stellar Blade has set a new player record for PlayStation to PC ports, and it isn't even the weekend yet. It beat the shit out of the likes of Horizon Zero Dawn. I'm sure that if Eve of Stellar Blade was able to give Aloy a bit of advice, it would be this.
Don't be such a boy!
Eve gives players what they want with the design of the character, and as a result, they are shattering records. This isn't hard. It isn't rocket science. If these game studios would simply read the room and recognize who their audience is, they could have success like Shift Up has had as well. Take a look at the review score for Stellar Blade. It is absolutely crushing it. Meanwhile, all of these other studios have an attitude that is incompatible with success in the gaming market.
We believe it's possible to be entertained without demeaning women.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you hit the like button on this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and don't forget to follow me over on Rumble, where I've started uploading some content as well. Also, please consider supporting the channel. I'm working on a Space Pirate cartoon which channel members will get first access to. We can't just complain about the state of our culture, we have to create alternatives. So, if you want to support that sort of thing, consider a channel membership for as little as $5 per month. But let's take a look at what we are seeing thus far with the Stellar Blade PC release. In the background there, you will have noticed I've got a video of a mod where Eve in Stellar Blade now looks like Taki. But anyhow, first of all, I'd like to point out that I am utterly unsurprised by Stellar Blade's immediate success on PC. There has been talk for months now that the expectation was that this game would sell better on Steam than it did on the PS5, which is saying a lot because it was quite successful on that platform. But I've seen a lot of tweets from people acting almost incredulous that Stellar Blade surpassed 100,000 concurrent players, and in my mind, that was the low bar for this game. 200,000 should be something that they can accomplish this weekend, and it is even possible that they surpass the likes of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which hit about 250,000 players this past February, or Split Fiction, which also hit a little over 250,000. The only thing that could have stood in Stellar Blade's way was Sony. They caused the game to be region locked, as you might remember, so that over 100 countries couldn't buy this game for a while during the pre-order time period, though fortunately that shit got overturned. Sony is also reportedly responsible for the de novo that was pushed onto the PC release of the game, but the good news on that front is that, at least so far, the game has had little to no performance issues. Shift Up did such a nice job of optimizing the game and making sure that it runs smoothly that they may have overcome a lot of the problems that most games with de novo run into. I know that there are still a chunk of people out there who won't touch the game because of the de novo, and I get it, but from the reviews that I've seen, it looks like they have done a nice job of overcoming Sony's insistence that de novo was added to the game. And overall, Shift Up seems to have done a nice job of hurdling over all the meddlesome sabotage that Sony tossed at them, showing them how this shit is done. Look at this here. This article is from The Gamer. Stellar Blade has already outperformed every other PlayStation PC port in less than 24 hours. And then, in the article it says, 7 hours after the port launched, 99,980 players were playing Stellar Blade on Steam at the same time, according to SteamDB. That number has been sustained for 4 hours and counting, as, at the time of typing this, there are currently more than 98,000 of you still playing. The game will almost certainly sail past 100,000 concurrent players later this week and over the weekend, but even without that milestone, it is already sitting atop the PlayStation PC port concurrent player count mountain. With just shy of 100,000 players, Stellar Blade has taken just 7 hours to surpass every other PlayStation port's peak player count. Ghost of Tsushima was the previous record holder, topping out at 77,000 players. God of War also did pretty well, maxing out at 73,000, and right behind it was Marvel's Spider-Man with 66,000 players. So yeah, this game is showing us precisely what gamers want, though, ironically, a media outlet like this one, called The Gamer, still hasn't taken the message. If we scroll down past what we just read, this is the subheader, and look at what it says here. Finally, a PlayStation PC port that people actually seem to like. Some of you like it for the wrong reasons, but PlayStation will take the win. It's incredible how out of touch these people in game journalism insist on being. On the one hand, they are forced to admit that Stellar Blade is extraordinarily successful, but on the other hand, they throw out their judgmental overtones, saying that we like it, that gamers like this game for the wrong reasons. And of course, we all know what a game journalist would consider to be the wrong reasons for a game like Stellar Blade. They think that enjoying Eve is tantamount to an unforgivable sin. For some reason, these jackasses insist on writing their articles for an audience that scarcely exists. Out here in the real world, men like looking at characters like Eve, and we don't criticize them for doing it, because there is nothing wrong with being a straight male. And as Stellar Blade has shown with the tremendous sales numbers that they are able to boast so far, they have shown that recognizing that truth is a path to enormous success. It's too bad there are so many bozos out there like Sony and these game journalist types who refuse to acknowledge it. But I'm gonna leave it there. What sort of player count do you expect Stellar Blade to peak at? Will it cross over 200,000? Will it beat the likes of Kingdom Come and Split Fiction and get over 250,000? Is there any hope of reaching 300,000? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me, Hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.